So what do you guys think? What do you think, Jake? What do you think his stats are going to be like?
Um, you want me to guess?
Yeah, you can't see it, right? Or can you see it?
I can't see it.
Oh, never mind. Don't guess then, Jake. Don't guess. All right, yeah, Kababesh thinks he's a 015, like a Nexus Core twin.
I wish he was a 015. We'd have twice the cheerleading squad.
I guess I can tell you his name. His name is the Alloyin Strategist. Let's go ahead and update it.
He looks like a strategist, right?
I know, he does, doesn't he? Sorry about the blinkies for a second. They'll go away in just a moment as I update this. There we go.
Yeah, Imrahil, all Alloyin said is getting more and more likely. We've only seen Alloyin cards as far as I know. No, there was that Utera guy, wasn't there?
Darn it. Because a mono Alloyin set would be amazing.
Amazing.
We just decided to go mono Alloyin for this one because we thought it'd be really cool.
Yeah, sounded like fun.
So we did that.
Don't need those other factions.
Yeah, who needs factions and
I
diversity?
hope you have Goxes.
Why would a strategist stand in front of a missile launcher? Because he's... it's way in the back. It's back
Yeah,
up.
see, it's way behind him.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the giveaway real quick while we're doing that. This will be the last code that I give away, but we'll do one more giveaway. All right, rolling this one.
Yeah, here it comes. Symbols of the Glacius is Tempest. Yep, there's a Tempest card as well.
What was that?
They're pointing out to me how wrong I am about all Alloyin. There's been lots of spoilers, and they're in all the different factions. And
That's a good point. Jake being wrong though, that's par for the course, baby.
Who predicted that Ming would win today?
I think I did. Rars is the winner. Rars 6. So we'll go ahead and I'll send you your code. Maybe right now. Let's see.
Congratulations, Rars.
Yep, right now
6.
I'll send it. Congratulations,
and
sir.
let us know what you get in your code.
Yeah, I'm always very curious.
Absolutely.
And if you want to win stuff on the stream, remember, you do have to be a follower of the stream, but you can immediately unfollow. There will be no hard feelings. I will send Jake to your house to try to win you over, but there will be no hard feelings about it.
No hard feelings.
A lot of creepiness.
Only assassins.
All right, let's see. What do we've got here? We've got people guessing 1-6, 3-6. Ooh, someone guessed mobility. What do you guys think about that? Do you think this thing's gonna have mobility on a Alloyin card? That seems crazy. And I gotta say, Gabachido came very, very close to getting the stats correct. The stats are actually 4, 5, 8, 9, 14, 15. So it's a pretty reasonable body. If it does something good, like if it had some sort of, say, ability, that'd be pretty good. What do you guys think? What kind of ability is it going to have?
Someone is saying that Raw 6 guessed Necroom.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you double check?
No, I just assumed he was
on the level.
On the level, and that was mistaken. Well, you're welcome, sir. You win this round, RAR 6. Yeah, so there's not much I can do about that. I can't go back in time and not have sent it out. So there you go. He will be ineligible to win the Metamart giveaway, though, for mistakenly entering that one. All right, so let's try to guess what he does, and then I'll reveal it. All right, so someone says...
I kind of like the mobility guess.
Yeah, someone says it's a humility... a human, so it cannot have mobility. That's a great point, though, Jake. How could it have?
Okay. Because look in the art, he's in a mech suit, and if you recall, the only mech in the game right now also has mobility.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! You're right, and he does.
Hinterland Watchman is the only mech. He's a human in a mech, and he has mobility when you buff him up.
He does have mobility, guys, and it scales too. It's 1.
Bam.
2, and then when he has his full-on wings out, this dude flies wherever he be wanting to fly. Mobility 3. Oh,
that's right,
goodness.
guys. It has a jetpack.
Yeah,
a scaling jetpack.
That's pretty good.
Improved jetpack.
Yeah, so it's a good point. If it's just mobility, it's not that great of a card. We're not playing this for just some mobility. But I'll go ahead and reveal the rest of the card for you guys, and you might like this card. I'm thinking you might like it.
I think this card has some potential.
I do too. I'm pretty excited about it, actually. All right, let me.
I am a little bit, yeah.
Pretty restrained excitement. You're like, I am a little bit excited about said card, but I'd like to do it in a scholarly, academic way, so as not to overly excite the audience. I wouldn't want to incur any problems, as it were.
Exactly.
All right. So here we go. We basically have a new Alloyin General that moves. Oh my goodness, a moving Alloyin General. Did you see that one coming?
Not until you showed it to me. And then I was like, man, power creep much?
Yeah, that's... Well, the difference is his body is substantially smaller on defense.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is definitely a different card because he has a much different attack to defense breakdown of stats than the General does. But at the same time, I think I like him a lot better than General because that mobility is a huge plus for me.
Well, let's take a step back for a moment, though, and this is where it becomes really hard to evaluate cards. If you had told me before, evaluate these two in a vacuum, I would say General's better. If you tell me it's a Weirwood Patriarch meta, all of a sudden, maybe I prefer General. Maybe.
Interesting.
I don't think so, but maybe. So we'll have to see what the new meta looks like. But giving the General mobility is really interesting.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yep, he can do more shenanigans with trading. Way more. He can move to anyone able to trade up. He's going to be, I think he might be a staple in Alloyin. I don't know for sure, but I will definitely be putting him in my initial decks as I begin.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be worth trying out. I think he has real potential to be a high pick in draft.
Oh yeah, this guy's
one of those top first picks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could see him if I got him first pick. Oh my! Just imagine having two of him in draft. You don't even need 6 attack guys. You're like, whatever. I'll just get whatever I want.
Move over and make whatever I want a 6 attack guy.
I'll make my War Chargers all 6 attacks. How do you like that?
And it turns on Light Shield Patrol.
Oh, it turns on Light Shield Patrol. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's definitely a big player in draft for sure. And as a heroic, he will be showing up. It's not like he's a legendary.
Yeah, exactly. And as someone just asked, he is a heroic.
Yeah, so you see the golden symbol. He is a heroic.
And I would have to agree with what Strategy Master is saying. He's not broken. He's not like way over the curve. He just looks very useful.
Yeah, no, he's not broken. He's just, I think he is probably quite good. That's all.
Yep. And it's nice to have new cards that are good. If none of the new cards are good, then there wouldn't be a lot of point.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this card. I mean, there's a lot of interesting decks you can do now where if you went with Utera, you could go like this guy, the General, Patriarch, Roar, Matrix Warden, Grove Huntress. Like, nearly every card would buff another card or itself or some. I mean, it could be kind of insane.
Yeah, I like him a lot, first impression. And I think I'll probably be playing with him at some point.
I think I will as well. In fact, I would have liked him in that last draft that I had. I would have liked him a lot, actually.
That deck needed all the help it could get. Not gonna lie.
It needed about 4 of him, and then it would have been good.
I think you need a new pilot and a new drafter. What it needs.
Oh wow. The barbs are coming out now. A couple tears. I got to admit, I'm not made of stone. A couple tears came out there.
Yeah,
I wiped them away. I'm ready to move on. I can forgive, but I can't forget. So someone is saying that they don't like the art of the human.
I like his wings in the last one.
I think he looks fine, other than his hand, actually.
His hand?
His arm looks weird.
Second and third ones.
Yeah.
I don't get his fingers. Fingers just don't work like that.
Yeah, it is kind of unusual, but like
Especially
I've said
gloves.
many times, I really don't care about the art. Unless it's especially amazing, I don't usually notice. So.
Yep.
The firing of the cannons looks quite realistic. assuming cannons fire like
Absolutely,
that.
yeah.
I haven't
Well,
actually seen what they look like.
yeah. I'm not an expert in ballistics.
You're not? I'm
not.
pretty
No.
sure that's what you're studying is ballistics.
It's ballistics, yeah.
So you should probably improve upon that.
I'll get to work on that.
All right, so there's our spoiler. Pretty excited about this card. I feel like the problem is I can't really say like here's a deck it's going to fit in because it kind of feels like it's going to fit in all Alloyin decks. Like it's not a build around card. It's much more of just a really good support card that you throw into about any Alloyin deck you're thinking about. Oh wow, you know what I really like him with?
What?
Gargoyle. They move together.
They move together.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Gargoyles just got better, I think, if that's possible. Is that possible?
Yeah, I like that, he finally has another scaling mobility creature to go alongside because now they can switch spots. They can you can move them you can move the gargoyle to the other side of the general.
Yep.
You can even move the general over and then move the gargoyle to the far side of it.
Mm-hmm.
You just have so many options.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with this.
Yeah, I can't wait to try them out.
So the question is, does a card like this make a deck like Drawavatar any better?
Potentially. I mean, an easy, movable buff like this helps you overcome the buffing that is happening from Patriarch on the other side of the board.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it lets you do.
I'm not sure you still have an answer for Thundersoar in a Drawavatar deck. I mean, it's really hard, and maybe you go Utera and just put in 2 Botanamates, and that's your answer.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see.
That is the question with Alloyin decks since the patch and ongoing right now. Is how do you handle Thunderstorm? Remember we tried Alloyin Tempest a lot and constructed.
Exactly.
It just doesn't happen because you can't beat a Thunderstorm.
So I just have a question for you guys. Would you like to see us level 4? That was a joke. Unfortunately, that was a joke. It would be amazing. His level 4 would have to be like mobility 20, gets 19 attack. I would love to see a guy have mobility more than 5.
That would be pretty hilarious.
Like, we're giving this guy mobility 7 just to freak you guys out and make you think more lanes are coming. Why does he have mobility 7? Oh my goodness.
What does it mean?
The world is breaking. Yeah, so PTK Tempo says in a Windborn Hellion deck. That could be.
Of course he does.
Yep. Yeah.
There's one man I've ever met who's dedicated to making Windborn Hellion a card.
Yep.
It's PTK Tempo.
I'm gonna say it right now, PTK Tempo. This is an intervention, sir. That card doesn't work. It's too cute. It's too cute. There's too much synergy. There is a thing that's too much synergy, and that card is the very definition of too much synergy.
So, the onus is on you, sir. Build the deck, make it happen, and I'll be a believer, absolutely.
Yep.
But until then...
Jake will eat his hat if you can make it work.
My actual hat.
Yep, I'll call it here right now. His wife will do some awesome pastry that she makes his hat into, and then he will eat the hat inside the pastry.
I'll do it.
Yep. Wow. I thought you were gonna not deny it. Are there other insane things I can say you will do that you'll actually do?
Possibly.
He will give his house to charity if you can make it happen.
Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, man. I tried.
No, I can't do that one. My wife would kill me for that one.
Yeah, deservedly so, I think.
Yeah, probably.
So let's rate this guy on a scale of 1 to 5 without knowing anything. Actually, let's change that. In the current meta, where would you put him on a scale of 1 to 5?
Scale of 1 to 5?
Yep. 5 being best.
Okay, it's good to clarify that.
And in the stream, I'd like to hear what you guys think as well. On a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the best, where would you rate this in the current metagame? If they just said, we released a new card, the Alloyin Strategist. Here you go. Everyone gets 3 of them.
I mean, okay, he's either a 3 or a 4 for me. I think he has potential to be played right away in Robots. I mean, those
Mm-hmm.
decks. Some people run Alloyin General in those decks as it is right now.
Yep, exactly. But Alloyin General
And
is
I
buffed by
still
Patriarch.
that's the caveat here. I don't know if it would actually be better than General because the General does synergize with the Patriarch instead of just acting as a lane buffer. But I think that
Exactly.
would be worth trying out. So
Here's
I
a
would say probably a 3
here's a
overall.
crazy idea. In Growbots, could you put him in over Tactician? You have a lot more control over Patriarch buffs this way because you can move it out of the way of somebody so that they can then be buffed. You're still affecting 2 lanes. You're able to move them around, so you're able to choose which lanes it is that you're affecting. Could he actually be better than the Tactician?
It's interesting. Possibly. You're sacrificing 2 lanes of buffing, so you're taking off +4. But in exchange, you're getting the ability to control where that buff is.
But it also, in your scenario, it also assumes you always have all lanes full, which seems very unlikely. I mean, if you've done that, you've already won with Growbots, right? Like, once
That's
you get
true.
to that
Yeah.
point, the
If
game's
you have all
over.
5 lanes, then you're usually on your way to winning anyways.
Yeah.
Although you'd have to look at the impact of how much does Tactician actually affect the fact that you win when you have all 5 lanes full. Because part of why you win with all the lanes full in that deck is because you're a Tactician deck and you benefit so much from having all the lanes full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, it's interesting. I'd probably put him at a 3 out of 5 for me, though.
Yeah, I think I probably would as well. But I would leave the door open for a 4 or beyond, depending on if he would allow us to build something interesting using him. I'm not sure he's quite good enough to be able to sort of supplant the current Weirwood Patriarch dominance on his own. I feel like there has to be something that goes with him.
Yeah. No, I definitely think you'll see play, though. I think a solid 3 for me.
Yeah, and I think in the next meta, he could easily jump to a 4. This guy could jump to a 5. I mean, he could be one of those cards that we talk about that, is sort of like a Blightwalker situation where right now Blightwalker's pretty much a 5, even though, let's be honest, he's probably a 4. But he's an absolute staple card because of where the meta's at.
Yep.
So we'll see. Let's see what the stream is saying. So the stream is saying we've got a lot of 2s, lots of 3s. Yeah, someone says 4 in draft. I totally agree with that. I think 4 in draft for sure.
Heck, he might even be 5 in draft. I don't know. He's
Exactly.
pretty insane in draft, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, movable pump. Like, who do I want to pump? I'll start with the patrol. Oh, you killed my patrol. That's okay. I'll go pump this guy now.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can do crazy things in draft, like buff him, put him in the middle lane, Scythian augmentation. Now you've got this giant guy.
Oh yeah, it's wide open in draft.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Cool
Circus,
card though, for sure.
Circus is saying he would be using him with General and Tactician and just getting crazy amounts of buff.
I like it.
I mean, you could put him in that last slot that seems to be available in Growbots where you pull out a Justicar and you stick him in. Maybe you find room for one more. You've got like 2 Tacticians, 2 Strategists. That could give you a little bit of flexibility in that deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about him. I think it's going to be a good card. I won't say it's going to be a great card. Like, there's a reason this isn't legendary, right? It's not a build around. It's just a real good, solid card that people are going to play. And I don't even think he's going to be a card people complain about because his stats are just low enough to where he's not like a Patriarch where, it's just too good because its stats are so amazing as well as having a good effect. It's just a very, very solid card.
Yeah, he's definitely solid. I think his stats work out to be just slightly above average overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably a fine spot for him to be.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to call this good design.
I like it.
Yeah, you design a card. It's not overpowered. It's useful. People will use it. It's a well-designed